half of the show. We're glad that you all are here for this early morning episode. While you out there in traffic or on the train listening to this, getting some good jokes in or some good banter. But we done traveled all around the world. We done went from Dallas to Philly to Baltimore, back to Seattle. Now we got to stop at the nation's capital. I mean, outside of museums and, the monument and the Wizards, there's a football team here as well. The Washington football team, I can't say it on air, but, and now the Washington Commanders. They went out, got a new GM, 49ers ties. There we go. Talking about the West Coast again.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they're still looking for a potential head coach. Do you think Commanders fans should be concerned with the coaching search? And I see the W next to you, Joe. You the fan. I control all day if I wanted to, but are you concerned?
Am I concerned? I think Commander fans should be concerned. Yes, let me tell you why. It's not like a panic concern, but Adam Peters, Dave, trust the guy. He came from your organization. Hey, he got a winning track record. You feel me? The new ownership, Josh Harris, I trust him. His teams are relevant. They're not tanking every year, doing a good job. I trust he's going to turn this thing around. So do I trust them to make the right decision? Yes, I trust them. But I'm concerned because I don't know him. I heard of him. I read about him, but I don't know him. I'll give you an example. Ron Rivera. I know Ron Rivera. When people are like, man, Chase Young, Montez Sweat contract coming up. I'm like, bro, we're not gonna pay him. They're gonna have to prove himself this year. I know that. He made Payne do that. He made Jonathan Allen do that. I knew that. Where everybody's like, y'all should pay him. Y'all gonna trade him before the season. I'm like, bro, we're not gonna trade him. Trust me. Like, we're gonna let him try to earn his contract. So I know Ron Rivera, so I know what Ron Rivera is gonna do. Tomo knows Jerry. He knows Steven Jones. I might say something. He like, Joe, I'm telling you. He know Kellen Moore. You know what I mean? So, it's like being in a relationship, right? Like he said, like I'm around this person all the time. I know things you don't know. And I got this new person. I heard good things about you, but you still got to show me. I'm concerned until you prove it to me. I trust you. Now, this is what I'm upset about, for real. And why I'm concerned. Ben Johnson was the number one choice. I heard it from everywhere. I mean, it's a lock. Oh, this a match made in heaven. Oh, yeah, he's getting the commander's job. Oh, book it. It's going to happen. It's been done weeks ago. I heard all that stuff. And then we met up with Raheem Morris, Dan Quinn, your boy Bobby. We interviewed EB, right? McDonald. We did all this. Hiring nobody. We actually physically flew. It's the only person we flew to, y'all. We flew to Ben Johnson. And midway through the flight, you get a notification saying that he gonna stay, right? And then, how ironic, right? Then I get a report when we find out Ben Johnson said no to us that he's the top candidate. Listen, bro. Commanders, bro.
Stop the cap.
Stop it. Stop. Y'all capping right now. He was definitely number one choice. Definitely. Stop the cap for real. So look, this is what I think is going to happen. All right. Their guy is off the board. Dan Quinn is not there. Listen, Dan Quinn, I hope it's not our guy. Anthony Weaver, I don't know too much about him, but I hope he's not our guy. All right. Who is out there? Glenn, I hope he's not our guy. What I think is going to happen is this. This is the safest thing to do, y'all. Bring back Airbnb, promote Airbnb. That's the safest thing to do. Like, for real, like, because if you hire Dan Quinn, first of all, you hire Dan Quinn, what's that? Really? Another Ron Rivera? Get the Super Bowl one time with an MVP and be average after that? That's basically what we doing. We just saw him melt down. We literally saw him melt down against the Packers. We saw him melt down in the Super Bowl. Why? What we even hire this dude? Anthony Weaver. I mean, he was the assistant coach. They did say he had a say-so on hiring Tom Munkin. How did that work out? I mean, who the reason why he lost to the Chiefs? Who everybody blaming? Tom Monken. So I don't know too much about Anthony Weaver though, so I'm not gonna say nothing crazy about him. But my whole thing is the safest move because your guy's not available. You don't have to pick somebody. You can wait another year. You can do that. If you have the number 2 overall pick, there's a high chance you can't get Caleb. Keep Airbnb, just promote Airbnb, give him a shot. If it don't work out, you can always cut the cord and get your guy next year. There's no reason to hire a guy who's not your guy this year. And I'm not gonna lie, I really think that Airbnb is more fit as a head coach than an offensive coordinator because of his personality and stuff like that. You gotta realize when he's with the Commanders, he didn't have his post on the whole team. Ron Rivera there still. So as a head coach, he'll be able to hire his own staff, his hire defensive coordinators, hire his linebacker coach, all that stuff, and create his own culture. And he might do a good job. But if he don't, that's fine. Fire him and get your guy next year. And this time, learn from what you did this year about Ben Johnson and make a quick decision. So I don't think we should rush. I don't think we should hire somebody because these are the only things available. It's all we got available, so we got to get one of these guys. No, you don't. You can just promote somebody that's already in the organization, EB. So that's what I think they should do.
Joe,
Emotional damage.
that's what you're going through right now, man. I understand what you're saying, but it's still the honeymoon phase. The guy just got here, so you don't know him. I know you say you trust him, but you don't know him.
I don't. Yeah.
This. Oh my goodness, my man said. First of all, I didn't know the story about y'all was flying on the way back. The fact that Ben Johnson pulled a LeBron and waited till y'all got on the plane and said, "Yeah, I'm going back to Cleveland." Yeah, like that's crazy.
For real, he literally did that.
But as far as being concerned, I mean, like you said, I'm glad you said you should be concerned because if you would have came on here and said no, you would have had another hour of an episode. So I'd have just been like, "Where did you come to this conclusion?" Yes, you need to be concerned because one, all the eggs in the fan base basket was with Ben Johnson. You all were rooting for the Lions. The whole DC area was rooting for the Lions because of Ben Johnson. Then y'all was like, you know what? Once they started losing, like, yeah, hurry up and lose so he can get on the plane. Like, come on, 49ers. Like, it just shifted. They was like, look at our offensive coordinator and what he doing to the 49ers. I can't wait till he come here with us. And then he sat down and said, I don't think I'm ready yet, y'all. He pulled a tray. He got in the 6'4". Y'all came over there. He was like, let me out, though.
He pulled a Josh McDaniels.
That too.
Let me out.
Now, Josh sent them a fax. At least he texted them. He sent the fax in the 2000s. I ain't never heard nobody do that. That was so rude. Who has a fax machine? But anyway, yes, you need to be concerned. But as far as Dan Quinn, honestly, Joe, I mean, it's not a bad look. It's not a bad look because he is the player's coach. Like, he gonna make sure that y'all get back on the right path. I mean, Ron is more of a gambler. He's a more mature Dan Campbell. He's a more mature, like he gonna go for it, but he's not gonna do it twice in the same game when you up almost like 24 points. You know what I mean? Dan is good. Aaron Glenn may be nice, but I don't trust Detroit no more. So if I'm y'all, I'm not even picking up the phone. I'm like, nah, we're not doing this no more. Eric Bieniemy, it sounds like you settling. That's what it sounds like. You just like, we can't get nobody else, so we just gonna go with EB. And technically, your guy may not be there next year. So I think at this point, y'all need to go to the college realm and just start looking for college coaches.
But it's too late, though.
It's not too late. It's never too late.
Y'all not saying the name y'all need to be saying. He is still out there.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel.
But they ruled him out already. He got ruled out.
Why? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. Pick up the phone and call him, Josh Harris. Adam Peters, go call him. Go find out where he at. Go have a conversation with the man. Mike Vrabel is the best option out there right now.
Hold on.
And that's not, if that does not happen, remember what happened in the middle of the season. I think I'm the one that posted it in there that there's a rumor that Bill Belichick might be going to the Commanders.
You did start
what's going on right now? Nobody wants Bill. Nobody wants to be the coach of the Commanders. That would also be another settlement.
Dave.
If you think about it, Bill Belichick to the Commanders, that might happen.
Dave said y'all the ugly chick at the end of the night. He's like, man, I ain't got nobody else, man. You here, I'm here.
Hey, and sometimes you just might have to settle. You might have to say, I think If
You
you really
tell
look
me,
at it,
dog.
if you look at the mentality, EB and Bill Belichick ain't really no different. But who's more proven? It's Bill Belichick.
But Dave, Bill
And you
Belichick
got a
is going.
GM, and you got a GM there already, so it's not like he gonna have GM duties. You said you would take Bill without the GM duties. You got a GM that's there, so he's not gonna have that. He's not gonna have that power.
EB
So
was there last year though. Like if Belichick comes in, is he gonna
he
be
was
long term?
he was
Like
there. EB was there last year, but remember there were a lot of players that didn't like the way he was coaching.
look,
So
I'm not saying this. I think y'all missing what I'm saying. If you hire Bill Belichick, it has to be for long term. That means this
oh
is your
yeah,
guy. Whoever you get, this is your guy. But is Belichick your guy? Is that who you really want, or you're settling to pick somebody because these are the only options, and you're gonna settle for something long term? If you're gonna settle for something, it gotta be something short term. Like in the short term option is EB. He's already in the organization. Just promote him.
But the
And
players
then
don't like
if he don't work out, he got his shot. If he don't work out, you can get your guy next year. It'll be more options next year than what we have right now.
but the players don't like him.
Ben Johnson to be
Who
another
cares
option
about the
next year.
players? It's a new ownership. It's a new sheriff in town. I'm sorry. And
Mhm.
that's not true though. That plays don't like him. I mean, the main guys ain't saying that. Terry McLaurin, John Dawson, Sam Howell,
I'm just throwing out.
Jonathan Allen.
You got to throw out the reports. And Carl, I understand you said
Mhm.
that's the point, but look, at this point, there are coaches that you can go find somewhere at one of these organizations and be like, I know they wanted to be a head coach,
But
and they could probably come.
but if you're the Commanders, you're not gonna. That's settling too. You gonna settle down?
For
Yeah,
who?
I
EB?
would rather settle up.
I
But
mean,
settle long term?
But what I'm saying is going to go
come
get
on,
somebody from college that's
going to
not
Or
college.
highly
college?
coveted. It's settling down.
I mean, is Ben Johnson really highly coveted?
Yeah, he
Like,
was. He
Yeah,
was highly
I mean,
coveted.
all right,
yeah.
maybe my definition of the word in that moment was off. But is Ben Johnson really a head? How did y'all know he was head coach material? So again, they was reaching with that. They was more so going off of his offensive coordinating skills. It's more of a reach with him.
I
So
mean, if
going
you
off
look
of
at
what
it,
Joe's saying,
if you look at it, a lot of these coaches are reaches. Raheem Morris was a reach. If you think about it,
but he was a head coach before though.
Yeah.
Mike McDonald was a reach. He's never been a head
That was a
coach.
reach. That was a reach.
But we're talking really good about him. Why
That
would
was
we
a
change?
brilliant.
Why would we change it? Why would we change the way we talk about Ben Johnson just because he's an OC?
Because of this situation. You have, if you're going to go get, now look at it, because you're throwing out EB, who's been to several Super Bowls. If you're going to go hire an offensive coordinator, technically, I wouldn't even been looking at Ben Johnson. My guy's right here. He actually went to the Super Bowl. He was on those teams with a great quarterback, so I know what he's capable of. Why
I
am I going
get
to go get
that,
Ben
but he does
Johnson?
not. I get that, but right at this moment, he does not have a great quarterback. That's not saying that Sam Howell cannot be great or even be really, really good. Right now, he's not Patrick Mahomes. So they're going to judge him off of how he developed Sam Howell. And Sam Howell looked good at times
Because
last
of the
year.
O line, though.
Yeah, because the O
That's
line
true.
too.
I'm just
But
saying. So
Joe himself also said that that's not always on the O line. That's on
But
him
yeah,
too.
he hit a rookie wall last year. He really hit a rookie wall last year.
but
But he
you
had
So
see
some
what
great
I
moments.
just I think Ben Johnson was rightfully highly coveted because of look at how this
I do
offense
too.
has been the last 2 years.
I agree with that. But that's as an offensive coordinator. We don't know how he can control an actual whole team.
And we
Like
don't
You're
this
know
right.
is
about that about
You're right.
we don't know that about Mike McDonald either.
The reason why
hold on. I'm
Go
sorry,
talking
Joe.
about-
This is your team, but now
go,
you got
go,
me
go,
and
go.
Dave. You got me and Dave going at it early in the morning. But look at it like this, though, Dave. We don't know a lot about Mike McDonald. The Seahawks wanted to go do that because the Seahawks didn't have an Eric Bieniemy already in the building. So I kind of agree with Joe saying that because once Ben would have said no, my focus would have been like either Mike Variable. I told y'all about this in the chat. I think they're really waiting for Steve Wilkes, but that's another thing. But if everybody that I want is not here, why not go with the guy who's already here?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's there. I know his track record. I know what he can do. And if we put pieces around him, we got the number 2 pick. So we can go get that Mahomes-esque quarterback because everybody comparing him to Mahomes. EB's here. Boom. So, hey, Ben, you missed out.
Because Tomo, and then another thing, Dave. Here's the thing. If you're going to settle, I'm not saying EB is going to be the guy. Like, yeah, he's the missing piece. But if you're going to settle short term. You don't settle long term. You bring in a new guy, you changing everything, literally everything about everything, and then you got to commit something long term. But just promoting EB, right? And then guess what? If you don't get Caleb Williams, guess what you do? You trade that number 2 pick for like a top 9, top 8 pick. Because what do y'all trade for Trey Lance, Dave? For a 3rd overall pick. Y'all traded for the 12th pick of that draft, the first pick of the next draft, first pick of the draft after that, and the 3rd round pick. So what the heck you think we not, brother? Everybody and their mother know that Drake May and they're going Caleb Williams are the top 2 prospects, right? Jaden Daniels, people are a little iffy on him because he had one good year for real. But Drake May and like the Pacers want Drake May or Caleb. So if the Chicago Bears get Caleb Williams, we sitting at 2. The Pacers want Drake May. Somebody who else want Drake May can trade for that number 2 pick and give us their 1st round pick. And we can go get the tight end from Georgia. And then we can be good for next year 1st round pick and the year after that. So worst case scenario, let EB just promote this dude. If he win 4 games, fine. Fire him. But if you hire Belichick and he wins 4 games, you gonna fire him next year and try to get your guy? No, you can't do that. You stuck with him long term. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if Belichick ain't your guy, if he was your guy to start with, go get him. That's who you wanted. You want to Ben Johnson, and he not available. Okay, let's promote this dude we got right here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I guess like Caleb, man.
For me, I'm just I was just more so just trying to get Tomo to be like, hey, come on. If Mike McDaniel deserves the job, Ben Johnson also deserves the job.
No. That's why I said at the time, what I was thinking about when I said highly coveted, I was wrong in that because my thinking in that time was like, nah, he deserved to get a job. He deserved to get one. But once he texts me and tell me no, if I'm the organization, I'm thinking of it like I'm Josh Harris and them. I'm like, well, I'm talking to you. I'm like, all right, so who else did you have? All right, Mike McDaniel. He's gone. Dan Quinn, how you really feel about Dan Quinn? How do you really feel? Like, is this the guy? Because if once y'all say no, I'm all aboard with Joe saying, let's just go get EB and we ride it out like that.
Yeah.
Now, if y'all end up with Caleb, I think you need to extend EB because if he's everything that they say he is.
Caleb is going to Chicago.
Like if EB does a good job the first year, we had go in the back guy this whole time. It's like, oh snap. We had go in the back guy this whole time. Forget Ben Johnson, extend him next year. If he does a bad job, see ya, EB, cut him and get somebody else. That's all I'm saying.
You think he's going to Chicago?
Yeah. I think he is, man.
I think if you look at the moves that they're making, they're doing everything they can to make sure they're able to that they draft him. They're going to end up trading.
I don't know about that, Dave. They hire a quarterback coach. He's a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah.
So like,
and he
was Caleb.
That OC
Fields though.
The OC was mainly coveted because of Caleb Williams.
Now, I think Fields gonna go to either Atlanta or the Raiders. So that's another topic though. But man,
Fields might go to Seattle.
Let's go, man. Make a decision.
So more of the story is I think we all agree that the fan base needs to be concerned.
Yeah. And then the reason, and when I met, I don't know him. I'm saying like I heard good things about y'all. I seen from afar, but I don't know you. Like I think you're gonna make the right decision, but I'm concerned because in the situation, bro, this is an unusual situation. You had a guy and he really pulled the rug from under you last minute, and now you just stuck with these guys. It's like, and these guys like
it's not a bad batch though.
Huh?
It's not a bad batch.
For a long term, I don't want Dan Quinn for another 4 years, bro. I don't want that. And then I don't want
to like the names that we saying are not bad coaches though, Joe.
But they already ruled out Mike Vrabel, so that's
Mike Vrabel is not. I would love to get him. That's a coaching change, right?
Another thing though, Joe, like if Dan Quinn was to go, I know Cardo threw that out there. Talking Al Harris may be the Cowboys' next defensive coordinator. I don't know. I mean, in a perfect world, that would be nice. But if Dan Quinn leaves, look at the staff that's coming with him. Because if Al Harris goes over there to the Commanders, look what he did with Deron Bland. Look what he did with Trayvon Diggs.
I see you with it. I understand that.
I'm just saying the staff that comes along with some of these head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So
I understand that.
It'll be interesting.
But I just know that he wins the Super Bowl. He had an average year right after that, and then he lost. They was like 0-6, and he got fired.
Kyle was on that staff too.
No, Kyle left after that Super Bowl year.
I'm saying,
He got
but
hired,
you said when
right?
he went to the Super Bowl, Cal was on that. He was a coordinator for that team.
Yeah,
Oh,
That
yeah,
was what Cal was doing.
and then he got hired right after that. We
I
hired
know
him
that.
after
But what
that.
I'm saying is Cal was there when the meltdown. You
Oh
holding the
yeah,
meltdown
yeah. He has a
only on
history.
Quinn.
He
But
has
look
a
how
history.
Cal got better after that. It can people change
No,
when they
one
leave.
thing about Cal, he consistently gets there though. Dan Quinn had one good coaching year for real. Like that Super Bowl run for real.
But when he was a defensive coordinator with the Seahawks, I'm
Coordinator,
just
head
saying
coach,
the
2 different
championship
things.
is there.
Man,
His downfall in Dallas is that he keeps getting head coaching interviews when we need to go play teams that we need to beat. Like that's his downfall.
man, and y'all had the personnel for that defense too. And then, but once y'all
We
got
had
figured
linebackers.
out, y'all look awful.
We
You know
had
what I mean?
linebackers.
Like, huh?
Y'all got linebackers. We ain't had linebackers.
We ain't
That
got
was
we got no like
y'all ain't got
legit.
safeties playing linebacker though, Joe.
Yeah,
We had
we got a lot of people
safeties
playing
playing
nickel and stuff.
linebacker, bro.
Yeah, that's true. But like, once he got figured out, he looked horrible. That defense was horrible. Like the Legion of Boom, bro. Think about Legion of Boom. They played one way the whole game. They switched nothing up. Like,
That's
so
true.
like he has a scheme that works, but once it's figured out, y'all get cooked every time.
Oh, that's crazy. Because that sounds like an offensive coordinator that went to never mind. I'm just saying. If you can say that about Dan Quinn, you can say that about a lot of people. But at the end of the day, man, I'm just saying.
I got some college. I got some college basketball news. The Big 12 was partnered with Muhammad Ali Enterprises to celebrate Black History Month.
Okay, that's what's up. Let's get a cheer for that. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rumble, young man, rumble. Let's get on up out of here, fellas.
All right, let's get it.
It's early morning episode, man. Y'all feel like a workout.
Yeah.
It was a morning battle.
Man, you got me and Dave going back and forth.
So I know it's just for you, Joe, but me and Dave, this is rare. I'm like, you right, you let me shut up. All right, my last word,
defending EB, man, it's crazy.
But and I get what Dave. I mean, I think we all agree. You know, Ben Johnson and McDonald, they're young, but the atmospheres they're being raised in. Great leaders, John Harbaugh and Dan Campbell. All right, Commanders, man, listen. I talked to my boy Mark. Mark tried to talk me off of me. Come on, air saying this. he did. He looked at the bright side. But talking to Mark, that's when I thought about the EB situation. I did, and we might just keep somehow if Caleb is not available. But just make a decision, man. Don't rush it, but make a decision. I think we're gonna promote EB though. He did get an interview. People forget about that. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button, no matter what you're listening to or watching it. Hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.